Hello, this is Colonial Puppet, and you may have noticed that I haven't made a video in quite some time, and there are a couple reasons for this. One of the reasons being just plain old burnout, the other reason being a very busy work schedule, and another big reason is the fact that I've been spending the past couple of months rebuilding and reorganizing my living space slash workspace, and with that came upgrading my main work computer, which I stuck with a laptop. And I know with laptops, especially workstation grade laptops, you're going to be paying more and getting less just because of the smaller form factors and portability aspect. However, those are things I value in my workstation. Maybe one day I will build my own desktop. In fact, I'm hoping to build my own desktop one day, but right now I'm sticking with a laptop. And the laptop that I chose is actually going to be the topic of this video, more specifically the journey I went through to actually purchase the laptop. The laptop in question is the Dell Inspiron 15-7000 gaming laptop. It's a great laptop. I've been enjoying it as a gaming slash video editing slash 3D modeling workstation. It's a laptop so nice that I had to buy it twice, the first time from Amazon and the second time successfully from Newegg for about $1,300. Buying it from Newegg went off without a hitch. I purchased it and about 2 or 3 days later it showed up in my mail, undamaged, unaltered. However, the Amazon purchase, the initial purchase, was a totally different story. So I'm going to back up to around April 30th when I first bought the Dell Inspiron laptop. I bought it on Amazon from a third party for about $1,200, so $100 less than what I ended up getting it again on Newegg for. And at first nothing really seemed to be out of the ordinary. The third party I ended up choosing seemed to be pretty reputable and highly rated. So I purchased the item, it shipped, and about 2 or 3 days later it showed up in my mail. However, things took a sharp turn for the worst when I took the package down to my room and opened it. Inside was a Dell box, the correct Dell box that I later learned once I got the actual computer from Newegg. But when I opened the Dell box, what popped out was a 2012 HP EliteBook. Obviously, I was pretty angry. I was asking myself what the hell happened with my order. Why did I get this HP laptop in place of the Dell laptop that I wanted? Why was it in the correct Dell box? And another thing was that there was only half of a computer charger in the box included. So I was wondering what the hell happened with that. My initial explanation to myself was that the third party was trying to screw me out of $1,200, but then later on I started thinking, hey, they're a third party company, they probably also sell refurbished items. Probably there was a mix-up and the wrong item got placed in the wrong box, and that's how I ended up with this much older, much cheaper laptop. But regardless, the same day that I got the item, I immediately started the Amazon return process. I printed out return shipping labels, and the next day I shipped the laptop back to Amazon to get a refund. I also got in contact with the third-party seller to let them know what had happened and that I was returning the product that I received and that I wanted a full refund. A short while later, the third party responded to me asking for the HP laptop's serial number, which thankfully at that time I had not shipped out the laptop yet, and so I was able to take a picture of it and send it to them. They assured me that I'd get a refund, and their explanation as to what might have happened seemed a bit odd to me. They told me that someone before me might have abused the return policy, which is how I received the wrong laptop, which I guess means someone returned what they said was a Dell Inspiron 15, but instead returned the much cheaper HP laptop while keeping the Dell, which really didn't make any sense to me since I was expecting a brand new laptop. It was advertised as brand new. I don't know why they would ever ship me a product that was previously returned by another Amazon user. But honestly, at that point I didn't really care how I got the laptop. I was just happy that I got in contact with the third party and that they assured me I would receive a refund once Amazon received the product, and I was confident enough to actually purchase the laptop again from Newegg, thinking that I would receive a refund in a couple days from Amazon. And things were starting to look up. I successfully received the Dell laptop from Newegg with no issues, and I started getting updates from the Amazon app showing that the package I sent back to them with the wrong laptop was on its way and that I would receive my full refund once it was accepted by them and processed. Now at this point I was still pretty uneasy given the fact that I was out $1,200 with really nothing to show for it. I only expected to spend $1,200 on this whole ordeal, but with the botched Amazon order and the Newegg order I was out almost $3,000. I started to question whether I should have waited until I secured the refund from Amazon before making the Newegg purchase, but at this point there really wasn't anything I could do except wait to hear back from Amazon that they had received the returned item and that they would refund me. And so I waited and waited for for I think over a week, and I kept checking my Amazon app every day, but it never updated. It just kept telling me that they were waiting to receive the item. I believe I was told it would take 3 to 5 business days for the package to be returned to Amazon, so after the 5 business days was long past, I checked with UPS to see if the package was actually delivered to them, which it was. UPS gave me proof of delivery, and at that point I was confused as to why my app never updated and why it kept telling me that they were still waiting for the package. At first I thought that the app took time to update, and so I gave it a little more time, but after more time passed and still no update, I decided to contact Amazon directly. And this is where shit started getting a lot weirder. I first started contacting Amazon support through their online text messaging system. The first representatives I talked to were pretty reassuring, telling me that there was probably some processing that still had to be done and that I should hear back from Amazon relatively soon. However, the next representative told me that Amazon had received the package I sent and that they were going to return it back to me and that I would not receive my refund because according to them it's not the right package. And at this point I was pretty angry and confused because, one, that's the reason why I returned it to Amazon in the first place, was because I received the wrong package, and two, the third party who actually sold me the item assured me that I would receive a refund and seemed pretty overall sympathetic to my situation. So I told the representative, look, I received the wrong product inside of the right box, and we had a bit of a back and forth, and in the end the representative ended up asking me for some more information. They asked for the HP laptop's serial number, they asked for my IP address for some reason, and I ended up sending them emails containing images of the package that I received after opening it, of course. So the Amazon box, the Dell laptop box, and the HP laptop that was inside of it, as well as the half a charger and the Inspiron. It actually came with the Inspiron manual. Oh, and another detail I forgot to add, which was also very strange, was when I first started talking with this representative and when they first told me that they were not accepting the package I returned and that I would not receive my refund, they told me that the package they had originally sent was £11 and that the package I had sent back to them was only £9. However, I knew that this was a lie because the proof of delivery I got from UPS told me that the package I returned was £10.6 when it reached Amazon. And yeah, £10.6 is not £11, but one, I really don't know how precise the scales they use at Amazon are, or their margin of error. And two, if this representative is willing to round £10.6 down over £1.50 to £9, then they should also be willing to round £10.6 up less than half a pound to £11. But anyway, after that whole ordeal, I thought I made my case pretty well to Amazon. I thought maybe they didn't understand why I was returning the product, even though I sent it back under the explanation that it was the wrong product that I received. And after giving them all the information they asked of me, Amazon told me that they would be opening up an investigation and that I should hear back to them within 3 to 5 business days. So yeah, at this point all I knew was that the $1,200 refund was not happening, at least until Amazon concluded their investigation, and that the mystery HP laptop that no one knows where it came from was being sent back to my house. So at this point I thought it would be best to contact the third-party seller again and let them know what was happening, that Amazon was refusing to issue a refund and were sending the package back to me, and also to ask them if the HP serial number that I sent them led to any information that would be useful in the investigation. And it was at this point that they told me that the issue was currently out of their hands and that any resolution would have to be directly through Amazon and not them. So with that, I stopped communicating with the third-party seller, hoping that any information they gathered they would give to Amazon directly to help with their investigation. And after a couple of days, I end up receiving the HP laptop back from Amazon, and it's at this point that I noticed a major red flag that had previously gone over my head. Now, on the Dell box that the HP laptop came in, as well as I'm guessing any other Dell computer box, there is a protective seal on where you would normally open the box, and on this seal it tells you not to accept the package if the seal is broken or appears to be tampered with. And when I initially received the Dell box from Amazon, this protective seal was not broken and it was not tampered with. However, the back of the Dell box seemed to have been tampered with some slight tearing and some slight bending, and the whole length of the back of the box seemed to have been covered with a piece of clear packaging tape. So to me, it looks like the HP laptop ended up in this Dell box through fraudulent means. It looks like someone broke into the back of the Dell box to circumvent the protective seal and switched out the Dell Inspiron 157000 with this much cheaper, much older HP model. And so I end up having a short chat with another Amazon representative letting them know about this information, and then a couple of days pass and I get news from another Amazon representative that they had concluded their investigation and that I would not be receiving a refund because according to them, they were able to confirm that they shipped the correct item, and therefore I should have received the correct item. And basically they didn't believe me when I said that I received the wrong item in the correct box. And at this point I was pretty beyond angry. I decided to switch from the Amazon chat to calling a representative directly on the telephone. I told the representative what went down. I said, look, I received the wrong item in the correct packaging. I tried to return the item to Amazon, but they are refusing to accept it and refusing to issue a refund, and that Amazon had opened an internal investigation and that they concluded saying that they had found no wrongdoing on their end and therefore would not be refunding me my $1,200. And at this point I was pretty certain that something fraudulent happened with my package and that I was willing to go to the police or the Better Business Bureau in order to get my $1,200 back. And it was at this point, if I remember correctly, that the Amazon representative on the phone connected me to a department within Amazon that is specialized in dealing with issues like this. And a couple of conversations later, I was actually instructed by Amazon to contact my local authorities to report this issue and to get back to them with the police report number, which I did. I contacted my local authorities, who connected me to the state authorities, and the state police actually sent a car to my house. I told the officer my story. I showed them the HP laptop as well as the Dell box it came in and the Dell computer I got from Newegg to compare it to, and we looked at the various serial numbers and product numbers that were on the Dell box, the HP computer, and basically the police officer came to the conclusion that while it was apparent that something went wrong with my order, he couldn't prove any criminal intent, and basically he just gave me a report number to give back to Amazon. The police officer also asked if I had tried to turn on the HP laptop in order to gain any additional information as to where it might have came from, and at that point I hadn't turned it on, one because I didn't have the correct charger for it, and two, I had no interest in turning it on and connecting it to my house when I didn't know where it came from and I didn't know what was on it. But later that day, curiosity got the best of me, and thankfully the HP laptop used a pretty generic charging port, and so I was able to use the charger from the Newegg Inspiron 15-7000 gaming laptop on the HP laptop and was able to boot it up. But instead of booting up to Windows, it booted to an encryption screen asking for an encryption key, which meant I couldn't get any additional information from the computer because I didn't have the encryption key, and two, I now have a super sketchy mystery HP laptop that is for some reason totally encrypted. I got back in touch with Amazon again to give them the police report number that was given to me by the police officer, and a couple days passed and I hear back from Amazon, and basically they're telling me the exact same thing. They're telling me that their investigation concluded that there was no wrongdoing on their end and that they had shipped the correct item, and therefore anything that happened to my item during shipment was out of their hands, which really pissed me off. I told them, look, I just filed a police report. I had a police officer come to my house because of this order and you're still refusing to refund me my $1,200. One of your Amazon representatives actually lied to me about the weight of the package that I sent back to Amazon. I'm stuck with this super sketchy HP laptop that's completely encrypted and I have no idea where it came from. I've been sending Amazon any and all information they asked for. I've been sending them pictures, I've been sending them my IP address, I've been sending them serial numbers, I've been sending them police report numbers. I've been more than compliant in this whole investigation process, and at this point I'm losing my patience and I am ready to start making noise about this whole ordeal, because as far as I'm concerned, I spent $1,200 on an old laptop from 2012 that's worth maybe $400 on a good day, and meanwhile Amazon's asking me to go through all these hoops and do all these things and send all this information, while at the same time just telling me the same old thing over and over again, that they found that they had shipped the right product and therefore will not be refunding me. And it was at this point that the Amazon representative told me to open up an investigation with the people who shipped the item. In this case, that was UPS. And so I did. I contacted UPS, providing them with the tracking number of the initial Amazon package, and what they told me only added to the frustration. Basically, UPS told me that since it was an Amazon package, they couldn't open an investigation because they are under contract with Amazon, and that any investigation into anything that happened to the package during transit would have to be through Amazon directly. So basically, Amazon support was telling me to open an investigation with UPS, knowing full well that UPS is under contract with them and that they wouldn't be able to open an investigation in the first place. So in short, I bought a laptop on Amazon for over $1,200, and what I got was a sketchy, encrypted $400 laptop from God knows where in the box of a $1,200 laptop. They are refusing to let me return this item, and they are also refusing to refund me my $1,230. The third party who tried to sell me this product is keeping quiet and won't help me in resolving this issue. And on top of that, Amazon is purposefully wasting my time as far as I'm concerned. They're telling me to provide them with all this information information while at the same time coming to the same exact conclusion over and over again. They're telling me to open up investigations with people who they know can't actually conduct investigations with this issue. And when I contacted Amazon support again to let them know that opening an investigation with UPS is impossible because they're under contract with Amazon, they denied this. So at this point, with nowhere else to go, I decided to do some investigating of my own. And the first thing I decided to do was to find out where the hell this HP laptop came from. Now on the laptop, there were actually 3 serial numbers that I was concerned with, one being the serial number for the copy of Windows that came pre-installed on the laptop. The other serial number was the actual product number of the laptop and its general serial number. And the third number was a serial number of the refurbished battery that actually came with the laptop. Now in terms of condition, this HP laptop appeared to have been used. However, it did not have any physical damage that I could see, apart from a slightly bent piece of metal by the screen hinges. When I initially received it, it was slightly smudged and was covered in a thin layer of dust. However, it still had a black keyboard covering that made it seem as though it had been sitting in a warehouse for a while unused. Now the first thing I did was I contacted HP with the general serial number of the laptop I received, and at first they were not able to give me that much information. They were able to tell me that it was manufactured in April of 2012 and bought directly from HP. I also asked about the refurbished battery and if they could give me any information based on the serial number printed on that, but they told me that there was no real information they could give me, given that it was probably not sold by HP directly. So the next thing I did was I contacted Microsoft to ask about the copy of Windows 7 that came pre-registered with the laptop, and after providing them with the product key, they were able to tell me that it was a genuine copy of Windows and that it had actually never been registered. However, that was the full extent of what they could actually tell me. I also tried to see if I could get any information out of UPS, asking specifically how many times the initial package from Amazon to me was weighed during its trip from Amazon to my house, and if I could get a list of all the weights to see if there was any change in weight during its trip from Amazon to my house. However, they told me the same thing. They told me that since it was an Amazon package, they couldn't give me any information since they were under contract with them. I then contacted HP a second time to see if I could get any more information out of them, and thankfully the representative was sympathetic to my situation and was able to contact their department of sales, and they were actually able to tell me who purchased the laptop from HP directly, and it turned out to be an electronics distributor called Savex Technologies Limited, which was based in Mumbai, India. However, I was sad to discover that Savex Technologies seemed to be a dead company. Their website hadn't been updated since 2012, their contact page led to a broken URL link, and I wasn't about to make an expensive call to India to a company that is most likely defunct. At this point, I really didn't know what to do. My own personal investigation led to a dead end. Amazon was still refusing to refund me my $1,200. I was stuck with a mysterious HP laptop that was unusable because of its encrypted hard drive, and Amazon was basically telling me that the whole issue was out of their hands and that I should contact people who they know very well can't help me. But then later that day, out of nowhere, after telling me that they couldn't help me with the issue, I get an email from Amazon basically telling me that they're going to refund me in full. They didn't even ask me at first to return the HP laptop. I sent it back anyway, given how obsolete and sketchy it was. I was pretty skeptical at first, but sure enough, a couple days later I checked my bank account and the $1,200 or so is back in my account from Amazon. And that was pretty much it. They weren't able to divulge any information into the results of their investigation. That was pretty much the anticlimactic end to this whole situation. I spent about an entire month battling with Amazon support, and I thought that it was going nowhere, that I would never see my $1,200 again. But right when I was about to give up, I get a random email from Amazon telling me that they're going to refund me without explanation. And after just telling me over the phone that I was basically shit out of luck. So yep, that's why I'm never using Amazon again, at least to purchase expensive electronic items. Maybe like little tiny $20 things here and there, but never for a major purchase like this. And that is pretty much it. This has been Colonial Puppet. I will try and get better with my upload schedule. Have a nice day.